Alright, what's up everybody, back with another edition of Everyday Hoops. Hope you guys having a good one. Yeah, last night was the national championship game for the NCAA tournament, and the UConn Huskies defeated San Diego State, and they are the national champions. What a run it was. We're going to talk about it. Yeah, but first, thank you guys for the views on the vids and the shorts recently. Really appreciate it. Yeah, if you do like content right here, consider subscribing, like, turn notifications, all stuff like that. I really appreciate it. Really helps out a lot. And the regular season, we're doing a thing for all NBA teams, a new series. So stay tuned for that. And let's not waste any more of your time. Let's get right into it. So UConn are the national champions. It was the start of this game. San Diego State played really well to start this game. Lamont Butler, Darian Trammell was hitting big shots. Matt Bradley as well, but then Adama Sanogo was amazing throughout the entire tournament. He really showed up early for UConn, getting to the rim, getting just easy. He's just a big body down there. And not a lot of teams could stop him. Got some easy looks down low, and then near the end of the first half, UConn started to make their shots. Eileen came in hitting some shots. Sanogo, Jordan Hawkins hit a big three. Tristan Nguyen was big throughout this game, rebounding but also getting to the bucket. Getting easy shots. He went on a 7-0 personal run to bring this lead up. And then Joey Calcaterra hitting a big three as well. They went into halftime with a 12-point lead. In the second half, they start off well, led by 13 multiple times. But then, San Diego State fought hard. Jaden Ledee was big in this game, getting to the free throw line, getting some shots. Lamont Butler doing his thing. Keishad Jansen, Darian Trammell, and they made it a 6-point game at one point. A 5-point game actually at one point with 5 minutes left, and then Jordan Hawkins hit a big 3-pointer with 5 minutes left. Then UConn's defense really showed up. UConn's defense was tough throughout the entire game. San Diego State couldn't get to the rim because they're not a great shooting team. They want to get to the rim and play physical and tough, but they couldn't do that because UConn was just bigger and playing some really good defense. And UConn, after Jordan Hawkins' three, they go on a big run and they win 76-59. They shoot 43% from the field. They held San Diego State to 32% shooting from the field. They forced 12 turnovers as well. They had almost double the assists. They had 13 assists to 7, and they had 40 rebounds. San Diego State's 33. Tristan Nguyen, what a game! 19, 10, and 4 with 2 steals. He was great. Adama Sanogo had 17 and 10. Jordan Hawkins had 16 points. Just a huge game, and they played amazing on both ends. And UConn wins the chip, their 5th one in their school history. Their first one since 2014 when Shabazz Napier went on a crazy run, won the tournament with led by him. But yeah, UConn had a really interesting year. They started the year off 14-0. They were just dominating everybody throughout the entire year. They're at number 2 in the nation at one point, but then they got to conference play, and they got really shaky, started losing some games, started falling down the rankings, and yeah, they were awarded with the 4th seed after losing in the semifinals of the Big East tournament to Marquette. I think they lost to, and then Marquette ultimately ended up winning the Big East. But UConn gets awarded with a 4th seed, and then the tournament, they honestly just had an insane run. In the first round, they played Ina, beat them by like 15, 18 points, something like that. They played really well. Went to the second round, played against a 5 seed St. Mary's, who they beat up on, winning by 20. Go to the Sweet 16, and against Gonzaga, probably one of the toughest opponents they could have faced, knock them out, win by 20, like nothing. It was insane. Then they go to the Elite 8 and play against, I'm sorry, I got it backwards. Sweet 16, they played against Arkansas. And just got them out of there quick, winning by 20-something. Then they play Gonzaga in the Elite 8, and they take Gonzaga out by 20. There's no really problems in their way throughout those first few games. They just really skated through. Adama Sanogo was big. Jordan Hawkins showed up in the second half. Andre Jackson was doing his thing. Tristan Nguyen was doing good. Their bench provided a lot of energy and shooting and defense, and they just really just swept through everybody. They go to the Final Four against Miami, get them out of there, win by 13, and then they come to the championship game and win by 17. Their lowest Their closest win was 13 points. Like they really just kind of walked through the tournament like kind of nothing. They didn't really have like today was probably their biggest challenge. When San Diego State went on their run and get made to a 5-point game, a lot of people, were like, "Oh, this might be the time." But then they handled it well, which really surprised me. They handled it well. Jordan Hawkins hit a big shot. They didn't let up on defense. They kept forcing turnovers. They kept being big in the paint and forcing tough jump shots and weren't fouling as much. And that was big. That was really big. And now they're holding the championship trophy. But we do have to give it a let's give it applause to UConn, man. Amazing season. But we also have to give it a round of applause to San Diego State for making it this far. Because to be honest with you, in my bracket, I had them losing in the first round. I had them getting upset by they played Chattanooga, I think, in the first round. I had them getting upset. And then they made it all the way to the championship game. So you got to give a round of applause to them. Wasn't the craziest style. They didn't light up and pour 80 on everybody. But they played defense. They got to the rim, hit the shots when they mattered, and played a good, physical, tight, kind of slow-paced style of game. And it worked. It got them all the way to the championship game. You couldn't ask for that much more. So got to give credit to Brian Dutcher, Matt Bradley, Darren Trammell, Lamont Butler, Nathan Mensah, all those guys over there at San Diego State. They played an amazing season. But UConn just played better in this game, honestly. That's what they did. Now, we'll see what happens next year. Jordan Hawkins is going to the NBA. Most likely be a first-round pick for his shooting ability. Can't wait to see what he does. Adama Sanogo, that was his final game. We'll see what happens with him, if he gets drafted or not. Probably be in the Summer League, the G League, something like that. But he was amazing in the tournament. He was named the most outstanding player of the tournament. I think he averaged like 19 and almost 10 or something like that. He had a really, really good tournament run. Let's see what happens to him. Andre Jackson, supposedly going to stay at UConn. He's projected to be a second-round pick in the NBA draft, but word has it, I think he said yesterday, like, I'm not going unless Dan Hurley tells me to go or anything. So I think he's staying another year, which could be good for him. Again, maybe his draft stock back up. He's already projected to be around the 40s and 30s in the draft, so maybe next year he can play better and maybe be a late first-round pick. Who knows? But yeah, we'll see what happens next year. But right now, it's all about them right now and what they did this season and how insane this season really has been for UConn and for the tournament in a whole. Like, this is more of an ode to the NCAA tournament because it was one of the biggest tournaments, one of the craziest tournaments we had. Not having a 1 seed make it to the Elite Eight the first time ever. We had 3 new teams that never made it before make it all the way to the Final Four. We had a matchup of a 9 and a 5 seed in the Final Four game, which is insane. We had a 4 and 5 matchup in the NCAA championship game, which is crazy. We had a 16 seed and a 15 seed both make appearances in the second round. We had some insane moments. We had some great performances. We've had it all, really. We had it all in this tournament. And that's why this is one of the best moments of the year, because it's the unpredictability and the wildness of it, and all these kids, all these dudes get to live out, their dreams, being in March Madness. Yeah, just amazing, and we hope next year is going to be even better. It's going to be tough. It's going to be very tough to try to overtop this madness of this year, but hey, there's always a possibility, and that's what we love about it. But yeah, this is just a quick video to shout out UConn, and all of them. Shout out Donovan Clingan, former teammate. And yeah, tomorrow, once again, if you do like content, consider subscribing, like, turn on notifications, all stuff like that. Really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.